Mr. Moser and George Branham the third.
He didn't look confident in the practice. We'll see if it turns around now.
Averaged the highest of our top 5 on this pair of lanes at 243 throughout the week, and opens up with a soft 10.
He's nervous. His heart's pumping. You know, it's a very important game to him. Kevin Shippey, our public relations director, is saying something to him, and I'm not sure what it is. Cross lane at the 10th. Trouble.
Oh! Missed it.
Not the way you want to open a semifinal game.
Especially against a guy that's throwing 8 to 9 strikes a game. 18 strikes in 2 games. I mean, 9 strikes a game he's averaging. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is.
Branham backs off.
Somebody grabbing a seat.
To his left. Uh-oh.
You know, we're spoiled in bowling. You know, in basketball, they're shooting free throws with people screaming and yelling and waving towels and everything else they can, and nobody notices.
See, everybody across the entire country knows that guy upset George Branham.
Oh!
And maybe cost him a strike. Just kidding. George probably isn't thinking that. He's got a chuckle on the way back. Well, let me ask you this question. Would it have been easier throughout the years, the championship round, if people were screaming and yelling during your approach?
No.
Well, then what are you complaining about?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's ironic to me, I think, a little bit, you know, that we're bowlers, we're spoiled a little bit.
Branham's spade.
Of course, golfers are, too.
Well, but that's the style of the game.
That's true. It's the style of both games. Sure.
Stood up early and got himself a surprise on lane 15.
And he is human, huh? Yeah, that ball definitely hooked early. You know, he tripped the 4 and left the 9 the last time on that lane, and maybe he didn't move, and the speed was just a little soft there. Although it seemed like he threw it hard enough, but it bites right now. Through the heart, 4, 6, 10, and Don Moser's breathing a little sigh of relief right now. Jackie says, "That's okay, honey."
First open of the night for George Branham.
First chink in the armor of any kind. I mean, he's just been invincible for 2 games.
Oh, good shot there by Don Moser. Nice comeback shot on 16, but still leaves 10 pin. And that's inevitable, right?
Well, and right now, what's going through his mind? You know, well, the last time I hung in it or I dropped it, I don't know what he did, but I didn't make a good shot. I got to get it off my hand clean. Which he did. Now he's a little more relaxed. Moser's another 5-step player. Seems like they're all that way tonight. Way at the back of the approach. Pre-bent knees. Now watch the head, how steady the head is all the way through the approach. See this backswing, shoulder high. The head stays steady all the way through the target. He's another one down the spots right at the foul line.
Beautiful shot there on 15, so a strike for Don Moser.
So far, his best shot of the match. He's had them all in the pocket. A little freer roll. This one gets up there dead flush to get the 10 out. Branham right back on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, right back on it. No problem whatsoever on 16. Let's see if he doubles up here.
You know, Mike Edwards told me that the left lane was hooking about 1 board more. And it seems to bear out. I mean, they crept high on that left lane. Chris crept high there. Branham the last 2 shots. Needs to make the move with his feet and target then. Of course, he's an experienced inside player, I would think. No, I can't tell him how to play inside.
Looked like a touch more speed, too.
Yeah, he was unsure whether that would hold pockets. You could tell from his body English. He kind of stood up and looked at it. Whoop.
I think more than anything else, he might have just gotten a little soft with his feet on that last shot on 15. Moser with a re-rack on 16.
Although the bowler track showed that he threw it close, I thought it said 19 miles per hour. Maybe I read it wrong.
Ouch, another crank.
Interesting that the 10-pin stands again. In chatting with Dave Husted, our top seed, just prior to the telecast, he said the key for me, without question, I know I can hit the pocket. It's just whether or not I'm going to be able to carry the 10-pin.
But see, Moser leaving these 10 pins is, in my opinion, is because he's not really confident out there. He's not really relaxed, you know, to make that shot to get the 10 pin out of there.
Don't forget, coming your way on ESPN, some outstanding opening round tennis action. The Volvo International from New Haven, Connecticut. Always fun to watch the opening rounds. Upsets in the making.
And another sport where they keep quiet while they're serving and things like that. They cheer while they're playing.
Probably the best shot of the night thus far for Doc.
And he chose to finish on the right lane and hasn't gotten the 10 pin out on it yet. Again, the left lane rolls a little sooner, close to the fourth arrow. Same ball he's used all week long, then.
Which anymore is highly unusual.
I would have it.
Another excellent shot for George Branham III. I had an opportunity to ask him the keys this week. What did you do well, and how did you get to the final five?
I think the key for me is to get out of that first match with the win, you know, confident and win the first match and relax. I'm kind of tense on the first match, and if I can get through that, I think that'll help.
Did that with no problem whatsoever, defeating Mike Edwards 257 to 201. Then he shot 268 the next game.
So they keep Moser in the match. I'm telling you right now, the next frame is the most important frame of the week right now for Don Moser.
Might be the most important frame of his career.
It could be. He's got to strike, get a double or a triple, get himself back into this match.
All right, in your estimation, he keeps leaving the soft 10. Does he make an adjustment on 16, or does he just throw a more aggressive shot?
That's exactly it, Dan, a more aggressive shot.
When we come back, we'll find out if Don Moser can strike and put himself back into the middle of this match.
Yeah, picture perfect. Head and shoulders turn standard problems into beautiful head.
Back with a key and crucial shot.
Very little time. Oh, nice break. He needed something like that. He really did. You know, he sent it a little wide and a little soft, and he got away with the trip 4. Now he needs to follow that good breakup with a quality execution, and he can take the lead if he doesn't. And he knows that in his mind. It's been the history right there. Just the opportunity is there, and he doesn't grab it. I mean, he got the break and didn't take advantage of it. If you're going to win out here, you've got to jump on those opportunities.
George Branham opting not to watch his opponent, but the players always listen.
Yeah, well, they cheer. They hear the oh, or whatever. He's in the match, but he's still not lost. Yeah, but he's not confident right now. Natted himself. This man is confident though right now.
Here he comes.
It's amazing what confidence that intangible thing can do. You know, difference is 8 pins right now, but he can make it 18 with a strike here in the 8th. You know, you can't buy confidence, man. It's just something that develops through accomplishments. That catch-22 situation.
What's our next prize?
Oh, some magnificent bowling by George Branham III. He's putting on a show right now.
It's the Kia Niro LX Hybrid and Snow White Pearl.
Back inside, ball holds pocket, kicks out the 4 and the 9. And I asked Don, hey, if you're going to win your first title, you're going to have to beat one of the quality players.
Well, I'd rather do it that way. I mean, if I won, if I beat Dave Huston's lead, if I made it that far to beat him, I mean, that's a Hall of Famer. What another better way to win a title than being a Hall of Famer? I mean, that's better for me.
That's your brand new
Just can't carry the shot
stopping
in a key situation. I've watched Don have that happen a number of times. I mean, that was a pretty good shot right there. The 10 pin certainly could have gone. It just didn't happen for him. Watch the 6. This goes right around the 10, the solid 10. Quality shot. He can't control that.
Has to be frustrating.
Extremely frustrating, Dan. I mean, he had to have that strike to have any chance in the match. Now he's got virtually no chance.
Branham still with room for 215 as he opts for a re-rack on lane 16.
Brandon would have to open, not strike it. He'd have to open here to have a chance. For Don.
Not a good shot at all, but a fortunate break in that just the 2-pin stands.
A little defensive shot there. Kind of stood up on that and skidded out. 9, not bad.
Well, you got 200.
Let's make the spare, fill the frame, and head to the 10th.
Baseball table. It was 83. Oh, sorry. 83.
Right at it.
PBA Commissioner Mike Connor on hand. Was burning the midnight oil the other night. I called the PBA office to ask for directions on how to get to Ambassador Lanes, and he was the only guy there. Gave me good directions.
Pretty good.
Sure.
George Branham right now needs the direction of a spare or strike to walk up semifinal match.
Yep. Brown needs to walk to move on to this match.
You can craft the order you want and save big.
That locked it right there.
And you do it with a strike. That sends a message. Moser, realizing that he finishes 3rd, but Husted, on the other hand, eyeing this semifinal match, knows he has his hands full.
And we talked at the top of the show that the winner of that opening match could go all the way to the title match. And it's happened.
Fighting to protect Medicare and Social Security.
Boy, that shot just came flying off his hand.
Interesting, though, the way that held pocket, if I were he in that situation, you know, the way I'd a bunch of hair left further. It almost crept high. The way his ball hits, I'd never want to get that high.
Stroke or COPD in the last 2 years.
Perfect.
Shaking up for
Striking out of the 10th. Branham shoots 224. More than enough to move into the title match. And as always, the arm swing loosens up. The 10-pin fall.
I know the name of that tune.
You've sung it many a time.
Yeah, for sure, I'll tell you. Oh, it's so hard, Dan. It really is, you know.
We try and express to the fans out there how much pressure and how difficult it is, especially when you're trying to get that first victory, because it means so much.
Oh.
He'll end up with it someday. Let's hope it's someday soon. Perhaps maybe even next week in the Greater Harrisburg Open. Terrific week for Don Moser, but he ends up 3rd, and a disappointing 3rd, I'm sure.
Yeah, very just because he was in the lead up until the last 2 games last night when Dave Husted caught him. And when you're leading, going for your first win, and then wind up 3rd, it is
26,
disappointing.
195.
Couple of seasons
That was a good match.
We'll shoe it up.
Like and subscribe.
Shoe it up.